Welcome people and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and if this is your first time seeing one of my videos, my name is Coco and on this channel I mostly speak about perfumes. So if that's something that you're interested in, you can go ahead, click that subscribe button or join the family. Thank you very much. In today's video, as you can already see from the title, I'll be talking about the new fragrances out by Zara, the Orchid line. So if you'd like to hear my thoughts and reviews on them, please continue to watch.
All I know is you smell good. All I know is you smell good. Yeah.
Welcome back, my pebbles. Listen, firstly, let me apologize about my voice. Guys, I've been to 2 concerts back to back and I literally just came back from a 90s live band show. Listen, I've been belting out my voice to Backstreet Boys, Britney Spears and Blink-182. So if I do sound a bit raspy, a bit groggy, I apologize. Yeah? Yeah. So not even 2 weeks, or is it? Let's say 3. Not even 3 weeks after dropping Red Temptation Summer. Oh my god, this box is battered. Anyways, not even 3 weeks after dropping Red Temptation Summer, Zara dropped the Orchid line. I'm like, what? Come on, Zara, like, give us time to appreciate Red Temptation Summer. And if you haven't watched that video, I'll leave it up here for you to watch and I'll leave it in my description box below. So yes, the Orchid line. These fragrances are all surrounded by the beautiful orchids. A little bit about orchids. Yes, I'm jumping straight in because you guys know I hate long intros. The orchid family is one of the largest groups of flowering plants on the planet. Orchids can be found on every continent except Antarctica and in almost every conceivable habitat. There's about 200,000 hybrids of orchids and more than 30,000 species in the world. Oh my god, that's a lot of flowers. Most orchids have this sweet and musky smell, and this fragrance has been likened to vanilla, and it has been described to be similar to the smell of baked goods. There's 4 fragrances in this lineup. There's Bluebird Orchid, there's Evening Maiden Orchid, there's Pansy Orchid, and there's Vanilla Violet Orchid. Listen, I did not buy any of these fragrances, but if you have me on Instagram, you know that I'm in Zara. For the past couple of weeks, I've been in Zara every bloody day testing these fragrances, okay? Every day. Regarding fragrance notes lineup, we know that Zara like to, list 3 notes, but for these 4 fragrances, they were hella vague, okay? Hella vague. Little to no notes were mentioned. Zara, why? There's no numbers on these boxes, so I'll have to go in alphabetical order. So let's start with Bluebird Orchid. Neo Stylist Lucenary, aka Bluebird, are white orchids with bluish purple tips that originated from Japan, and they're said to have a very sweet fragrance. That caught you off guard, didn't it? Yeah, Neo Stylist Lucenary. I'd be like, what is she on about? But yes, that's the right name or the scientific term for Bluebird. Bluebird opens very citric. It's a very fresh and citrusy opening. The lily that follows right after gives this fragrance a green smell, and it leads the way to a very prominent, creamy, but carnal tuberose. This is not a bubblegum tuberose, and the good thing about it is that the tuberose in here, it's not heady, as in it's not headache inducing. I keep telling you lot, I'm not the biggest fan of tuberose, but I'm trying to appreciate it, okay? Some sweetness begins to come from the Bluebird Orchid, but for me, the tuberose is the main note in here. As this fragrance begins to dry down, the tuberose then gets softened by what I want to say musk or iris, as there's a soft, powdery quality in the dry down of this fragrance. This is a sweet, creamy, and very addictive fragrance. Listen, it's late spring, early summer. You're walking through a meadow filled with tuberose. Someone close by is cutting their grass. You go to lay down and, you look up at some fluffy, cumulus clouds. That's the smell I get in this fragrance. This kind of smells like, I'm not saying it's a dupe. Don't quote me on this, okay? But Doucin by Diptyque, if you've ever smelled that, but it's not as intense as Doucin. Get me? Moderate sillage and projection with a 5 to 6 hour longevity on my skin. If you're a tuberose lover, give this a try. This is Bluebird Orchid. Next up, we have Evening Maiden Orchid. Listen, this is why I test fragrances for days before coming on here and running my mouth. Because if I ever did a first impression on this, I would have said I hated it, okay? Because I did. Well, not hate. Hate is pretty full on, you get me? But disliked, strongly disliked, because I did, you get me? But I'm gonna let you know from the get-go, this is now my favorite. This is my favorite. And listen, not because you think we have the same taste in perfumes, mean that because it's my favorite, that you're gonna like it, okay? Test these fragrances before you buy them, okay? This to me is a bit different. There's no notes listed. Zara, stop playing with me. Where are the notes, Zara? Where's the notes? Guys, I'm actually going off what I can smell, okay? As I always say, I'm not wrong, you're not wrong either, okay? This is what I'm smelling. We all have different noises, we all smell different things. This is what I'm smelling, okay? So this fragrance is called Evening Maiden Orchid. So what I did was I looked up what orchids bloom at night, because hello, evening, yeah? And the one I found is called Bulbophyllum Nocturnum. Wow, that's a mouthful. So these night flowering orchids open up at night and they close in the morning. Fascinating. For me, Evening Maiden opens with a dark fruit. So I have two notes in mine. I have plum and I have blackcurrant. Could be both, could be neither, okay? With some fresh citrus in the background. For the middle, you get this tropical sweetness pushing through, and that's coming from the orchids. And that is mixed in with some jasmine along with some vetiver. Because to me, the vetiver is adding this green earthiness to this fragrance. Listen, Zara didn't give me the notes, remember? They didn't give me the notes. This is just what I'm smelling. And for the dry down, it dries down to a slight metallic, but very outdoorsy scent. Think fresh metallic, not blood metallic, if that makes sense. Let me explain how I know best by painting a picture. Yeah, let's go. So it's evening, it's a full moon outside, and it had rained earlier. Yeah, you go outside to tend to your evening orchids. Why are you tending your garden at night? Because it's evening orchids. They bloom at night. Duh. But you come to find that some of your orchids have been trampled on by someone trying to get inside out of the rain. So you're getting that damp, earthy, wet soil kind of smell. Yes. The moon is then shining brightly on your metal roof as petrichor fills the air. This just smells like a beautiful evening after the rain stops with some added powderiness. Moderate sillage and projection with a 6 to 7 hour longevity on my skin. This to me could easily be a fragrance that you could wear all year round. This doesn't smell like something I've smelled before, but that doesn't mean, you know, like it has the wow factor. It's just one of those fragrances where you're like, I've not smelled this before, but this is nice. Do you know them ones? Remember, Zara didn't give me the noise. I'm just going off what I can smell, okay? Yes, remember, I'm not wrong. You're not wrong either. This is Evening Maiden Orchid. Next up, we have Pansy Orchid. This opens rather fruity with the red berries, and I do get another fruit in here as well. I get watermelon. Yes, watermelon. For the middle, we get the Miltoniopsis, aka the Pansy Orchid, and it's adding this creamy floral aspect to the fragrance. Thing is, it's giving this rosy nuance to it as well, because Miltoniopsis are known to have this soft rose scent. So for the middle, we're getting a whole lot of floral with like soft rose nuances. For the dry down, this is where the moss comes in. Don't think heavy, earthy, green kind of moss, no. Think about the natural early morning dew, you know, the light drizzle of rain, like a fresh, mossy, earthy smell. I know that's hard to picture, but it's just like the early morning dew smell, if that makes sense. What I love about this fragrance is that you can smell the red berries throughout. I know we have this light rose scent in the middle and the mossy dry down, but you can smell the red berries throughout the entirety of this fragrance. First spray to dry down, you're smelling the red berries, okay? With that slight hint of watermelon as well. And to tell you what fragrances I think Pansy Orchid is similar to, in the air, okay, listen to me, in the air, Pansy Orchid kind of smells like Perfect by Marc Jacobs, or you know, the Zara dupe is Tropical Boost, mixed in with Be Delicious by DKNY, or the Zara dupe, which is Twilight Mauve. Listen, so yes, if you take Perfect by Marc Jacobs and then you take Be Delicious by DKNY and like mesh them together, this is what you get. You get Pansy Orchid along with the red berries and the light or mossy dry down. Yeah, that's it right there, babe. This is definitely a spring summer scent. Moderate sillage and projection with a 4 to 5 hour longevity on my skin. If you're looking for the red berries version of Perfect by Marc Jacobs mixed in with Be Delicious by DKNY, here you have it. This is Pansy Orchid. And last but certainly not least, we have Vanilla Violet Orchid. Listen, there are many purple orchids out there and I could not pinpoint one. So yeah, I don't know what orchid goes with this, but it's a purple orchid. When I first sprayed this, I was like, this doesn't actually smell Zara-ish, if that makes sense. You know, it didn't smell designer either. I'm not saying it has the complexity of niche, but to me, it was just a different take on vanilla. On the first spray, I get this nose tickling feeling, probably the alcohol, but then I get this light, fruity accord coming after, but then the vanilla comes in. Oh my God, you get hit with the vanilla. It's not a thick and creamy vanilla, no. It's a sweet, mellow, whipped, but warm vanilla. Yes, yes. As the vanilla is the star of this fragrance, you can smell it throughout. But when the violet comes in, the fragrance goes very powdery. So think about a powdered sweet. And as this fragrance is completely drying down, you get whiffs of faint woods. So, you know, it's a sweet, mellow, powdery vanilla with a woody dry down. Yeah. What powdery fragrance can I compare this to? Not saying it's a dupe, I am comparing powderiness, okay? But if you think about Insolence by Guerlain, yes, you know that whole heap of powder? This is what you get in here, but with some sweet, warm vanilla. This could easily be an all year round scent as well, but with light sprays in the summer. Yeah? Moderate sillage and projection with a 4 to 5 hour longevity on my skin. If you're looking for a nice, powdery, sweet, warm vanilla with a woodsy dry down, try this one out. This is Vanilla Violet Orchid. Well, there you have it, my loves, my thoughts and reviews on the new Orchid line out by Zara. Listen, they didn't give me enough notes to go off, and I'm wondering if this is them testing me. Zara, don't do that again, okay? Because you know I like to be thorough, okay? In my reviews, don't do that. As I always say to you guys, always test these fragrances before you blind buy them. I know we all like the thrill of blind buys, but not every day throw your money away, okay? Yeah? Yeah. If I was supposed to choose my fave to my least, my fave would be the Evening Maiden. Yes, that beautiful rainy moonlight evening. Oh, yes. Second would be Pansy Orchid. You know, that cross between Perfect and Be Delicious. Yep, love that. Third would be the Bluebird Orchid. That tuberose in there. It's really nice. I can't lie to you. And then we have the vanilla. Yeah, you know, the powdery sweet vanilla. But yeah, that's my fave to my least. This is where I say my goodbyes, my love. Thank you so much for joining me in today's video. But before you go, don't forget to give me a thumbs up by clicking that like button. Comment down below and let me know your thoughts on this video. Let me know your thoughts on the fragrances if you smelt them. Share this video with a mate. Don't forget to subscribe before you go. And I guess I'll see you in my next video. Bye!